Hello, my dear friends and fellow developers. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss a new method, namely reduce, and this is one of the most commonly used method in our LWC framework, and it has many of its advantages. So in this today's session, we will discuss about what is reduce and what it does. We will also discuss about its syntax, and then we will also do some examples so that we can understand in depth how reduce actually works. We will also try to discuss some of the use cases, like how we can apply this logics in our real life scenario. So let's deep dive into what is reduce. So as you can see in the definition, it reduces all the elements of an array to a single value by repeatedly applying a function. So basically what it does, it will loop through your entire array, and then it will give you one computational value. Unlike map, which gives you an entire list by calculating a computed value on particular elements of an array, it combines all the elements of an array and do the computation. So this is one of the difference between map and reduce. Similarly, it can be used as an alternative for a loop, and it can scan every element after updating the records in the array list. So let's see how it actually works. So as you can see, our common example, like we have defined an array over here, and then we have defined a result one, and now what we are trying to do, we are trying to multiply all the elements in an array. So this is one of the pretty much easier code syntax which we usually do to if we want to calculate or formulate any value. So let's see what will be the output of this section. So the output will be like 720. So what it does is multiply everything. So this is the traditional way, by the help of which, like with the help of looping, you can do so, and you have defined a predefined variable as one, and then the multiplication happening on each element, and then you're returning it. So this is a traditional way. So let's see how we can do this with new ECMAScript standard. So they have introduced us with a new function named is reduce. So there are two ways by the help of which we can define reduce. The syntaxes are like array.reduce and the function name to be applied. And then we have array.reduce where we can pass the argument. So as we have seen the multiplication example at the top, which we have done with the traditional way with the help of for loop. Now let's see how we can do the same with the help of our reduce function. So now what we are doing over here, here we defined a product A and B as in parameter. Then what we did, we defined an array similarly like above. Then what we are doing, we are calling array.reduce to product. So now what it will do, it will pass this array to this product function, and then it will take two elements at a time, like A will be swapped to 1 and B will be swapped to 2. Then it will do the further operation. So let's see whether we will get 720 again or not. So let's see, Control Shift P, we'll run the C, 720, 720. So the result are same. So this is one of the way, or you can say the better way, as suggested by JavaScript platform itself, that we should make use of inbuilt functions like map, reduce, so that it will make our life easier. So this is one way how we can do the same operation, so that we can get computed singular value from an entire array. So now let's see how we can sum up an array element. So here is one example where we are doing the sum of one of array element. So here, have you observed any additional parameter? So let me go ahead. So I will minimize the console a little bit down. So just have a look between these two functions. Here also we are doing reduce, and here also we are doing reduce. One difference which you can get is like here we are calling the function, but here we are defining our own arrow function. But have you observed this? There is one additional parameter is 0, and here we didn't pass any additional parameter. So this is an optional parameter. Basically, it states that this is the starting value which needs to be used. So what it will do, since we haven't passed starting value over here, it will take 1 as a starting value, and then second value will be starting as the iterated value from where the iteration will begin. But here we specified the 0 is the starting value. So in place of accumulator, which is the starting node, it will take it as 0, and then in current value it will take the current node value. So here what we are doing the summing up operation. So now if I console this and if I try to see this, what will the output? So we will get the sum of this entire array. So let me clear the console so that we can get the result. So Control Shift P, see 15. We got the addition of this array elements. So this is one of the keynote, like the optional parameter kind of thing, which we can pass, like this is the default value. If I suppose let's change it to 1, so my result will change from 15 to 16 because now I have given 1 as the initial value. So let's see 16. So this is kind of a default value which we can pass, or if we skip it, it will take the first element of an array as a default value, and second will be the starting index, which is the index value of 1. This is one point which needs to be noticed. Then let's say how we can do the flattening operation. Flattening in the sense, if we have multiple arrays and that they are the sub array of the big array, like this you can see we have multiple arrays 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a part of an one big array. So now what we need to do, we want to flatten it up. So how we can do? So there is one code snippet which is doing the same. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. Then similarly, earlier we have given the starting value as 1, right? So it is taking the iterator as 1 as accumulator. But here we are passing the value as empty list. So it can be anything which we can pass as default value. So now empty list will be treated as an accumulator and current value will be the first element, which is 1 and 2. So what it will do, it will concatenate the value between this empty list. So let's see whether it will give us the flattened array or not. So control shift P, run. So if I scroll down a little bit more, we can see it has flattened the array. So by the help of this, you can do the flattening of an array also. So these are some of the pretty much examples, and this is one of the use cases which you will encounter in your LWC. Like you will get multiple arrays, and then you need to flatten it up. So this is one of the way by the help of which you can flatten the array. We can also make use of spread operator that we will discuss in our future topics. By the help of that also you can do, but it's up totally up to the developer choice by the help of which he want to perform. Like you can go with reduce also, you can go with spread also. So this is pretty much about the reduce method and what it does. So hopefully the topic is clear. You now know what this reduce function and what it does and how we can perform certain operations. So yeah, that's pretty much for today. And hopefully I was able to explain you about the reduce method. If there is any doubt, please ping your queries in the comment section. I will be happy to answer. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe, and signing off.